Jeremy here from Calm and Collected. Join Steve and I as we check out all the new LEGO and the Advent calendars that are coming out for Christmas 2023. Alright, and the first store I'm hitting right now is Kohl's. Here I am looking at all the LEGO. Do you see anything that jumps out at you, Steve?
I'm seeing a couple of the newer sets. I'm seeing some of the Star Wars mechs. I'm seeing a couple of the new Batman sets. It's been quite a while since we've gotten some new DC stuff, and it's just all Batman.
And that was before I even got into the main aisle, where I saw even more LEGO. And here, it's Christmas in September. I found the LEGO Advent calendars for 2023. So here's a closer look at the LEGO Star Wars Advent calendar this year.
I love the Ewok.
We've got an Ewok on a glider.
Clone Trooper, the staff. That's crazy. Is that Leia next to Palpatine?
And the Emperor Palpatine has his Christmas sweater.
Of course. All of them around the fire with one of the clone girl from the Bad Batch. I'm totally drawing a blank on her name.
So here we are with LEGO Harry Potter's Advent calendar. That looks like Harry and Ron and Hermione.
I'm really liking those hat-hair combinations, the fact they're making them together now. So would that be Dumbledore?
It must be. Steve, have you ever got one of these Advent calendars before?
I actually never have. I'm a big fan of the minifigures and the little builds, but I've never grabbed one before, actually. And City, that looks cool too. And what an aggressive hockey player too.
With Santa and Mrs. Claus there. And that gigantic turkey in the living room.
Bigger than the tree.
Is that where you serve your Thanksgiving turkey, Steve, next to the Christmas tree?
Conveniently right next to it.
And the Marvel one.
Those look pretty cool. I like the little rabbit next to the fireplace.
Spider-Man with his Christmas sweater. He's coming through a Doctor Strange portal.
Very cool.
An Iron Man.
They gave Captain America Mjolnir, I think. Oh, okay, it's right next to the fireplace. That's a cool little gift.
Very nice. Here's some more kid-friendly LEGO. We've got some Disney and Friends. And a creator set with 3 puppies.
That's cute. I wonder what else you can build from them.
Here's one that's a little bit more up our alley just because we're millennials, gosh darn it. So Sonic the Hedgehog, of course, appeals to us a little more than perhaps LEGO Friends. And Mario, of course.
Yeah, those were all new sets. I think that came out in September with Tails with the biplane. It looks really cool. I mean, I was kind of worried about, but they work out really well. The gimmick looks pretty fun.
And the minifigures look awesome. I feel like I would be willing to get one of these sets, perhaps like one of the cheaper ones, just to get the really cool minifigures of the main characters.
Yeah, and it's good seeing like Amy and Tails in a set too, instead of just Knuckles and Sonic and then Knuckles and Sonic several times over. Got the Donkey Kong expansion set, so that's new for this month, I believe, for September 23. Remember they teased Donkey Kong a while back, so it's good to finally see him coming out with the for the Mario expansions.
Alright, so I didn't buy any of those LEGO sets because they weren't doing the Kohl's cash right now, but I didn't want to leave Kohl's empty-handed, so I got this mystery minifigure, and I'll have to open that when we get home. Next stop is Target, and they've got some Advent calendars on display as well, including some that aren't LEGO, like Mario, Pokemon, and Jurassic World minis. Well, actually, this year, it's Jurassic Park minis, because they're celebrating the 30th anniversary. And if you're into Jurassic World minis, I'm actually making a video about them right now, and we'll be publishing that on our Diecast channel, so you can look for that link in the description.
Well, that's a new set, the Chewbacca set, which it's a little big, but it's pretty impressive. It won't scale well with much else. We got the Holiday Main Street, I think that's what. So is that a re-release from last year? I think it was like October of 22?
I guess so. I don't remember it from last year, but it definitely jumped out at me because it seems like you get a lot for only $100. So 2 buildings and a trolley.
And lots of minifigures too.
And the Christmas tree.
Oh, you can even light it up with the other sets? That's really cool.
So the trolley actually works on the train tracks. That's a great set for the price. And here is a Sonic set that we didn't see at Kohl's. It's the Green Hill Zone, which definitely would ring a bell if you played Sonic 1 or 2 on the Genesis as a kid. Maybe this would be the one I would need if I were to get one set to represent the Sonic theme. My next stop is Walmart, and like the Kohl's, this isn't the one I normally go to, so I'm seeing a little more and different things than I'm used to. So the first thing that jumped out to me here was the Disney 100 Year set.
And they have such variety of the minifigures that are kind of celebrating all their brands, and that's really cool, especially even for a little set like that.
Yep, you get a set with 6 minifigures for only 40 bucks. And here is the house from Up with Doug, Russell, Carl, and a little squirrel. The house even has balloons on the top. Perhaps it will lift the house away. Here we get a glimpse of the inside of the house. Look, there's even a little helium tank to inflate the balloons. And finally, Steve, I found the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary set, the Visitor Center. From our last video, it was the one set that was kind of missing as we were on our hunt specifically for the new Jurassic Park Lego. And Charity had found it at the Lego store. So finally here at Walmart, of course, is the whole Visitor Center. $130 worth of Jurassic Park Lego.
Yeah, so many minifigures. I'm seeing Alan and Ellie. Gosh, Arnold is there, Woo's there, and then the kids, of course.
And Jello. I recently just got the kitchen set that had like a lab on the reverse, and it came with the kids from a few years ago. And I feel like the Visitor Center set would be a great addition, and those two sets would work well together. I saw a display with new Lego City sets. Here's the combo race pack with 3 vehicles. This one has 2 vehicles, a modified race car set, and this one probably my favorite of the bunch, a monster truck race.
Here we have, in addition to the Sonic sets we saw earlier, here's the Eggman set with Dr. Robotnik and his homicidal egg machines. That still looks really cool.
And this Main Street Creator set jumped out at me. I'm not sure if it's new or not, but I don't know if I've seen it. It's got a very Soho Portlandia vibe with the band on the roof and the girl with the blue hair.
I like the woman playing on the rooftop.
And it's a 3-in-1, so they managed to design it so there are 3 different ways you could build this set. This is the Emperor's Throne Room.
I know that's an update to a previous set. It's been out for a little bit, but like always, I'm a sucker for the Star Wars, the original trilogy Star Wars sets. And Luke with the new hair looks really nice, but certainly not as, I guess, as thorough or as in depth or as much detail as the one from a few years ago. Funny that those have spider wraps and some of the Jurassic, the visitor centers don't. There he is.
So even on the box art, they put Luke on the floor there.
Shouldn't Vader be missing his hand right there?
Ah, and the Emperor is electrocuting him. And this Walmart has some of the Lego Advent calendars as well. I believe it's the same ones that we saw at Kohl's.
In Maryland, in my neck of the woods, I took a visit to the Lego store. I was actually getting some car work done and dropped my car off at the mechanics and had some time to kill. And it was so awesome seeing some of these September 23 new sets out on display and built and just getting to check them out. We had the Corvette here, which just the detail on it, and it looks so great. I'm not a huge car man, but I do appreciate that era. Do you know what year it is, Jeremy?
I'm gonna guess it's the late 50s, but I don't know offhand.
I'll say 60s, early 60s.
Oh, all right.
And then we have the iconic Supersonic. We have the Concorde. I've seen one of these in real life at the Dulles, the Udvar Hazy Air and Space Museum, and it's so impressive. And just even that has that stand, that very classy. It almost looks like a trophy or something. And I guess even being a Transformers fan, to have Silverbolt transforming into that, I just remember being in awe of how large he would actually be. And who knows, maybe Transformers Legos fans who already have the Optimus set would enjoy having a non-transforming Silverbolt set. We have the Harry Potter sets here, and I'd seen pictures of this, and I'm not very up on Harry Potter, but just the detail on the dragon and the contrast between the bank. That's right, this was the bank set, and then what's under it is just, I'm still impressed that it's holding it up. And to have the rail cars and all the treasures down there, it's just really cool.
That's pretty impressive there. I wonder how big it is. It looks like it might be bigger than the Daily Bugle.
Oh, it is very large. And even from the back, you just see so much more of the detail of this Harry Potter set, that railing that goes around. You know, it makes me frankly miss the Temple of Doom set that we could have gotten all that much more. Then we have the launch of the insect set, which, you know, it's always interesting seeing bricks make organic creatures, but look at that. Like, the fact that its antennas, I think, are crowbar pieces, and the balls for its eyes, the segmented legs, and the little bee down there on the flowers next to the butterfly. And I think we have some sort of, I don't know, rhino beetle or something, and on the mushrooms. It's just really cool detailing, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the rest of this line. And more of the Disney 100 sets, and I just thought this was so cool, you know, being us both having video training, and just the detail of the camera and the film.
Wow, and a little minifigure of Walt himself.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, so like Walt rides inside the camera? It's like it's a vehicle.
And like, look how like it looks like you can switch the lenses out. I do not know what they're using for the film strips, but check out the camera. It just really neat set. I did see these couple sets that were on sale with the Haunted Mansion, but here we have another new set with the villains. And like, how awesome is that VHS cassette? And the poison apple, and you get to see more of them in the back. But you can like open up the apple and have little play sets. It's just really impressive what they're doing. Over here's additions to the DC sets after so few for the longest time. We have Batman and Joker, and here we have another set with Batman and Joker, and here we have a third set of Batman with Joker. So I guess they're trying to take advantage of the love and the nostalgia for the Michael Keaton movies, because I guess we finally now have a more affordable Jack Nicholson. But very strange. We have the Batwing, and then we have a small Batmobile, and then we have a better looking Batmobile. So I think these might be up your alley, Jeremy.
That reminds me, I just got that 6-pack of McFarlane Batman figures from the different movies. And I can't wait to open that on camera, and that's probably going to be a video that will be coming out on our figure channel. So you can look for a link in the description for that as well.
Then some of the newer Avengers sets. We got the No Way Home and Wolverine's Claws. We have Venomized Groot.
Spider-Man Final Battle and Endgame Final Battle.
There's one of the Diddy Kong set. I'm not 100% sure if this is a new set or not, but it had the green new strip under it. So, and then for the Star Wars fans again, the new Yavin 4 set looks, you know, you always want more from some of these big play sets, but the characters are just awesome. They got Luke and Han and Leia and pilots and Chewie and the droids, and the Y-Wing's a nice touch too.
So many minifigures. And here's the Chewbacca that we saw in the box at Target on display here at the Lego store, and we can get a full appreciation of it.
Then I've not checked out Ahsoka yet, but it looks like they've got some Legos waiting for it. And once again, sort of plentiful minifigures. That R2 unit in those colors is really nice.
And here it's time to open my minifigure that I got at Kohl's. And this is my first Lego minifigure to be in a box.
Yeah, I know the very controversial but environmentally friendly decision to switch to cardboard.
And this kind of surprised me. I don't know why I imagined there would be a little bag inside the box, and there wasn't. The pieces were just loose in the box. And here, I'm not even sure who I have. Is this Lady Hawkeye?
Yeah, that would be Kate Bishop. Well, close enough anyway. That's Kate Bishop from the Disney Plus Hawkeye show with Lucky the Pizza Dog. She is an archer, and Hawkeye takes her under her wing, and she ends up becoming sort of like the new Hawkeye, as she doesn't take the mantle of Hawkeye, but she becomes the archer for probably setting up like a young Avengers in the future. I know so the show is loosely based on a comic series that's recent, and I know in the show I think she just has a pizza, and I think the dog eats the pizza, and at some point she calls it like Pizza Dog, I think.
But man, it would have been fun to have got an X-Men character that's just a little bit closer to my heart.
Yeah, I need that beast. I've got the Wolverine and the Storm. I wish she had the long hair instead of the mohawk, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, and this is the first minifigure I got with this little flight stand, so I kind of had to like figure out what to do with it here and how to pose her. But once I got her on there and I was able to move the camera down low, then the illusion of her flying really did work. Or at least hopping a foot off the ground.
Yeah, the little action feature is so cool for a display.
I feel like all of a sudden summer ended and bam, it's Christmas time.
That's about right. And before you know it, you're going to be shopping for Christmas presents. So hopefully this gave you all an idea of what's on the shelves and what's to come, or what to get your hands on before they're hot and scarce.
Well, let us know in the comments which of these sets you are interested in for this Christmas season, or which advent calendar set you might like. I know I have a few that jumped out at me that when Kohl's is doing their Kohl's Cash promo, I will be going back and grabbing a few of those sets. Feel free to check out one of our other videos, and not just Lego. We make action figure and die-cast related videos as well on our other channels. All those links will be in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Take care, Brick fans.